Today's story shines a light on a growing controversy involving former President Donald Trump and survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's abuse. A woman who once supported Trump, even casting her ballot for him in the 2024 election, is now speaking out with deep frustration. She says she feels betrayed by his repeated dismissal of the Epstein case as nothing more than a hoax. Haley Robson, who was only 16 years old when Epstein exploited her, recently appeared on CNN's Out Front with Erin Burnett. In her interview, she described the emotional toll of hearing the President of the United States continue to call her trauma fake. Robson explained that her criticism isn't coming from anger, but from exhaustion. She said it's difficult to move forward when the leader of the free world refuses to acknowledge the reality of what happened. For Robson, Trump's words add confusion to years of pain. She described his shifting statements as an attempt to avoid accountability, saying it feels like he throws out new claims just to see what sticks. At times, Trump has referred to himself as having helped law enforcement and then later denied involvement, only to return to the familiar refrain of calling it all a hoax. To Robson, this back and forth is both appalling and demoralizing. Her disappointment is compounded by Trump's most recent remarks. From the Oval Office, he brushed aside questions about Epstein, insisting that references to the financier's files or connections were nothing more than distractions pushed by Democrats. He went as far as calling it the Epstein hoax once again. When asked about a reported birthday letter sent to Epstein, Trump denied the authenticity, claiming the signature and language didn't match his style. Robson is not alone in her disillusionment. Another survivor, Jena-Lisa Jones, who was just 14 when Epstein abused her, also voted for Trump, but now feels completely let down. Speaking on MSNBC, she said she believed Trump would protect survivors like her, but instead he dismissed their lived experiences. Jones went further, questioning why Trump insists on calling it a hoax at all. If no one is accusing him directly, she asked, then who is he protecting? Her words carry a haunting message. If not him, then who? And why hide it? These testimonies highlight the growing gap between Epstein's survivors and the man many of them once supported. As more survivors raise their voices and as new questions surface about Trump's past connections to Epstein, the pressure is building. What remains uncertain is whether justice will be delivered, or if survivors will continue to face dismissal from the highest levels of power. This story is still developing, and we will continue to keep you updated. If you found this report insightful, don't forget to subscribe to InsightPulse and stay tuned for more in-depth coverage on stories that matter.